So now we see that we have understood this. So if you have seen the previous portion of this video, it is very easy to understand that if you put now if this is the case, if you are trying to expand or compress a gas by this method, by putting the sand in or taking the sand out, what will happen? In the previous video you must have understood the gist. The gist is what? That if you put the sand, then P external will increase. When P external will increase, then it is P external is equals to P internal plus dP. So that means at that time pressure will increase and the compression of the gas will occur. And when you take away the sand particle, P external will decrease and P internal will increase. So we write P external is equals to P internal minus dP. P internal minus dP we write, and in that case the gas will expand. But this type of compression and expansion that is going on is strictly reversible. Now you see, when we say reversible, the internal force and the external force, one is the driving force, one is the opposing force. Now if I think about expansion, then P internal becomes the driving force and P external becomes the opposing force. And if I think about compression, then P external becomes the driving force and P internal becomes the opposing force. However, the difference between the driving force and opposing force, or the difference between the driving pressure and the opposing pressure, is very, very small, which is dP. Okay, the overall thing, if I try to write down, it is P external is equals to P internal plus minus dP. Yes or no? Now when this indicates that the difference between the driving force and the opposing force is infinitesimally small. The difference between the driving force and the opposing force is infinitesimally small. It's a very, very small. It's infinitesimally small. The difference between the driving force and the difference between the opposing force. Such a type of process going on is known as reversible process. Now, sir, why you are calling this type of process going on is a reversible process? But because suppose now imagine you are removing one sand, you are removing another sand, you are removing another sand, you are removing another sand. Continuously you are keeping on removing the sands. When you keep on removing the sands, the P internal will keep on increasing. That means this P internal minus dP, this dP will keep on, the change will keep on increasing and P internal will keep on increasing. So what will happen when P internal will keep on increasing? The expansion will occur. But remember, you are doing it at each of the steps. You can again go back to the, suppose you have, let me draw. Suppose you have from this position, by removing the sands, you have come to this position. Now you have got a lot of increase in the volume. Fine, we understand. But you have done it stepwise, first thing. And at each step, the change was so small and the difference of the driving and the opposing force was so small that you could easily reverse each and every step. Yes or no? Such a process is known as reversible process. And what will be an irreversible process? Definitely an irreversible process will be such where the compression or the expansion will occur, at a instant and not stepwise, and there is huge difference between the driving force and the opposing force, be it compression or expansion, and you cannot reverse it. Neither it, because why you can't reverse it? Because it is not occurring stepwise. So that is known as a irreversible expansion or compression. So I hope you have understood this entire